Family, good morning. What's going on? It is Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. My goodness, Alabama is absolutely on a heater. I appreciate you guys joining me for this breaking update as Alabama has just added Ethan Fields from the transfer portal. We're going to discuss him. I'm going to give you a little bit of detail on the prospect who have just committed to the Alabama Crimson Tide. My goodness, it's been amazing to see Alabama absolutely ride this heater the last, I don't even know, 12, were we here 12 hours ago? We might have been. I'm not sure. But here we are with Alabama now just loading up. And as I said, if you caught the Wake Up Bama podcast, I think that absolutely Alabama is loading up. I really do. And I think they're let me get this to Facebook real quick. Let's get everybody checked. And if you guys could put your thoughts real quick. Are you excited about getting Ethan Fields to Alabama? I love the pickup. Another pickup that I think Alabama needed. And what I feel is Alabama's kind of been going on almost like this transfer portal run, in my opinion, has kind of demonstrated that Alabama I think they worked the transfer portal well. And I think when you kind of say, well, what does that mean? I think that they basically had a surplus after they kind of looked at what they needed. And now you're starting to see them go after some of their wants and some other, kind of loading up. So we're going to get into it in just a minute. Let me just kind of get everything set up. I appreciate you guys being here for the breaking update. Woof, man. Okay. So a little bit about Ethan Fields, because I know if you're just checking in, you're like, okay, what's going on? Well, the first thing is Alabama has landed 3 offensive linemen within the last, 14 hours. All of these guys are recent visitors, right, from Thursday, Friday to Saturday. And I would stay connected to your phone. I would stay close to Bama Football on YouTube. You have a lot of guys that are still in play and a lot of guys who are visiting. And so I'm just telling you, stay close because this burner is not done. All right. I think they're going to continue to cook up. So before we kind of go over the news that Ethan Field has committed, and I'll go ahead and put a banner up on the top so I don't have to keep mentioning it 100 times. But a couple things to know about the transfer portal. The transfer portal closed last night, right? But that doesn't mean the transfer portal is done. Alabama can add as many prospects as they want to for however many days it takes, okay? There's a semester that starts in February. So guys can start school whenever they want. So the transfer portal, it ends in terms of guys going in. But let me explain that real quick. And what that means is the transfer portal closed, but this is important to remember. There's kind of like this 48-hour window for players to hit the transfer portal, like paperwork-wise. So let's say a guy hit the transfer portal Friday. He could be announced on Monday or Tuesday that he hit the portal. That's how it works. But last night was the last night to get in that paperwork. It takes about 48 hours. So is another guy from Alabama going to hit the portal? I have no idea. But if you see something next week, then you kind of understand what happened. Now, Alabama could add as many guys as they want from the portal. They can. I know there's 105 scholarships. I think we have a ways to get there. Is Alabama going to utilize all of those scholarships? Why wouldn't you? I think Alabama can do whatever they want. And the narrative, and as I keep discussing on Wake Up Bama, do you agree with me? Just hear me out, okay? And if you're in here, thank you so much. I don't have I'm not dressed up. I literally just got back from the workout. I just made my son breakfast. I was about to hit the shower, but news happens. And I think news is gonna happen the entire day. I mean, we could just go live the entire day, and I think would be fine, to be honest, because I was planning to go live at 12, which I still am. I'll kind of recap and have some graphics dressed up, but I think it's going to be a news-heavy day. I think it's going to be news-heavy today, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, all the way the next week. Okay, the news isn't going to stop. Alabama is about to turn it up. Okay, and you're like, what do you mean turn it up? You got the guy You don't have the best guys. You didn't get the most expensive guys. That's not what it's about, fam. It's not what it's about. It's about getting needs, okay? Taking care of the needs and then going after your wants, all right? So that's how it works. How do we get on that screen right there? All right, there we go. Sorry about that. So Ethan Fields is your third lineman. Let's discuss him a little bit, okay? So 6'3", 320 pounds, and over the last 14 hours, you got a center, you got a tackle, and you got a guard. As you know, Alabama had to rebuild its entire offensive line. It just wasn't it. And you guys, I know your biggest question is, you still want a different coach, right? Well, let me tell you something. The coach that is recruiting the guys is Coach Kapilovic. And I know there's a rumor out there where you guys are like, well, Coach Kapilovic is going to recruit all the guys, get them all here, and then they're going to fire him. Do you agree that that's what is going to happen? I'm not necessarily buying it, but that's kind of the rumor. The rumor is, and I'll just tell it how it is, that Alabama's going to have this guy recruit, and then they're going to fire him, and then it's going to be the Missouri coach that comes in and coaches the guys. I don't know. I don't believe that, but believe whatever you want. Okay, Evan in with the super chat. He says this. They addressed the offensive line, but we need to develop it now. We need Terrence Green and one more edge rusher, linebacker, wide receiver. Yeah, 100%. I think you need probably, like 3 more wide receivers? We'll talk about needs for sure. What else you got to get? But I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much, bro. Yeah, it's became, we're basically like nonstop streaming because the news is going to just keep happening. And I'm telling you, this isn't the last piece of news today. I think it's going to be news heavy all day long, all right? Ethan Fields didn't play. I don't even think he played 100 snaps at Ole Miss. But this is a guy that Tennessee really wanted. This is a guy that I feel going into this next season is going to push for a spot. And as I always have, let's kind of look at, the guys that they brought in, last night, kind of back up the tracks. They got Nick Brooks. That was yesterday. A gigantic get. I'm calling it a slam dunk. Would you agree? I'm saying slam dunk 100%. 6'7", 340 pounds. Texas didn't want to lose this guy. They didn't. Alabama got aggressive. Alabama was able to get him. This was a slam dunk, a home run, whatever you want to call it, okay? And then before that, you got Racing Delgatti. You needed an experienced center. You got one, okay? And now, today, I don't even have the graphic ready. Ethan Fields commits. And I think it's just going to keep going and going and going. Another name to watch, yeah, you're like, what? Yeah, a lot of names, okay? You also have Mbuke Naguwa, all right? He's out of Missouri State, I'm telling you. This guy is also here, 6'3", 305 pounds, another offensive guard that's in-house. And then, of course, I know the biggest question, don't tell me about who committed. Tell me about who's next. I don't care who we got. We got him. Who cares, right? Nobody cares about who just committed. It's about who's next, right? Oh, man. The volume should be good. I mean, I'm breaking red over here, the red lines. Turn your volume up. Try to turn it up as much as you can, but like my volume indicator is red. Like I should be breaking your eardrums at this point in time. You guys happy about getting Ethan Fields? What's your scale on a scale of 1 to 10? I say good, right? Oh, man. Yo, I'm telling you, it's been pretty easy in terms of saying all the names. I can say Fields. I can say Brooks. But there's a couple other prospects. It's about to get bumpy, okay? I'm going to have to be on the pronunciation guide for a while. So a lot of positivity this morning. And that's good because I've been reading the comment box, and my goodness, man, it's like so much negativity, man. It's like it blows my mind the amount of negativity out there. It's like you can't live in that space, family. You can't live in a space, right? Like, get out of that negative mindset. God bless. I need to come in here and like pray with you guys. I'm serious. I'm thinking about doing like some life coaching with you guys to change the mindset and to shift the thinking. All right. There's the negativity, man. If you wake up and you're negative, we need to talk. You need to call me and we need to talk. You need to spend some time with me. I will teach you about positivity. All right. Don't be a toxic whiner. Be a gracious person that it's crazy. But I'm telling you, I think I might need to come on here and talk to you guys about positivity. All right. I'm serious. You ain't going to be negative because negative attracts negative. And we're not going to go there. We're going to go positive. Positive attracts positive. All right? Shit, man. You can't start out your day in a negative space and be like, oh, he's unproven. He's not good. He's this. He's that. He's that. I want this. I want that. You sound like a spoiled brat. They're getting guys. They got their needs. I told you this morning on Wake Up Bama, and I'll revisit it again. Look, let me ask you guys one more time from the top. Okay? Did they get a veteran inside linebacker? You had to. Did they? Yes. Did they get a kicker? Yes. We need offensive tackles. Did they get him? Yes. You got Ty Haywood and you got Nick Brooks, bro. What are you mad about? Did you need centers? Yes, you got them. My God. You need a wide receiver. How about Noah Rodgers? You looked at his tape? Well, I want somebody else too. You needed a long snapper. You have to play football with a long snapper. You got one. Okay? You needed a punter. Okay? You got one. And now, after you've filled all those needs, this is like life, okay? After you've taken care of all of your responsibilities at the grocery store, you look at your checking account and you're like, wow, I have money left over. Right? Now I can go after some wants. Right? That's what they're doing now. They can get more aggressive. That's called spending responsibly. Right? But I don't know if you guys want to hear that. Right? Do you want me to like tell you like, oh man, everything's terrible. The wheels are falling off tracks, right? You want me to be more negative? Is that what you want? Because if you want more negative, you're not going to get it from me. And I'm not trying to spin it, bro. And I'm telling you, when shit hits the fan, I will call it out. When guys aren't performing, I'll call them out. These are professional football players, all right? But right now is not the time to do it. This is about the time to kind of reassess and reevaluate and look at your team and be like, where are the needs from? What do we need to do to go forward? Nick Brooks coming in, all right? Big get, right? Love him last night. 6'7", 360 pounds or 40 pounds, right? They can move him up and down with weight. Don't think that this guy is just stuck with where he has to be, right? Bama, you come in, they have world-class facilities. This isn't like me or you taking a diet, right? Don't try it. They can put him at 300 pounds if they wanted to. You're talking about world-class facilities. This place has things that NASA doesn't have. I'm telling you, come over here, right? I think there's this misconception that Alabama outside their football practice facility has like a little trailer and guys go in there and that's what Alabama has. No, Alabama has so much money, it's ridiculous. No, they don't. They're broke. Come over here to Tuscaloosa, dog. I'll take you. I'll take you around. I'll show you places. You're not broke. The broke people or who are spending irresponsibly. It's like that guy who finally got a really nice job, right? And the first thing that you do is you go out and buy some ridiculous car that costs $1,100 a month. No, when you get your first job, guess what you do? You put money away and you buy something modest, right? Shit, man. You guys you guys grow up spoiled getting every single thing. Yo, this is Alabama. This is a blue collar state. The reason the podcast works so well is because you guys wake up and work. So where's that dog mentality gone? Don't be spoiled. Okay, yeah, you got kicked in the teeth. Yeah, it hurts. It hurts losing to Indiana, right? I get it. I totally get it. But what are we going to do? Dwell on the past? Can't live in the past. You have to start looking forward. What are we building, man? Do I need to do this on a daily basis and get you motivated? Yo, but on the real, like, imagine living in this house. There's no negativity here, man. It's not. Okay? We talk things out. We rationalize. We take steps forward. Are we perfect here? Hell no. Right? But we're grateful for the opportunities that we have. We're grateful that there's nothing that pisses me off more than people that lack gratitude. Okay? If you don't have gratitude, I really don't have respect for you because you don't understand life. You've never gone through adversity. You never lost something. You never lost somebody, right? You've never made a really bad decision that you regret. You've never had to work through something. You've never been canceled. You're not tough. I don't have respect for you if you're an ungracious little, you know what? You also got Racing Dog Gotti in last night, all right? You needed a center. He's got a lot of snaps. This is your guy right here, right? Comes in with experience. You need more experience, okay? And Hunter, I love you, dog, inside the comment box. I don't think we've had like much communication, but I respectfully disagree with you. And this isn't like me trying to like spin something that everything is positive. I just think that the transfer portal rankings mean shit until you've played your season. Just like a recruiting class. You're like, yeah, we have the best recruiting class. How you know these guys haven't even played? How you know that all these guys are going to have a buy-in mentality and line up and have a championship mentality? It seems to me like a lot of these guys have a bag mentality, and the rich schools that are just spending carelessly, they're just kind of throwing cash around just because somebody has more money and they're kind of like lining things up and things you might see on social media doesn't mean that they have a better life than you. They really don't, okay? You put a filter on something, everything changes, right? So it's like I think that the more that I see it, is Alabama took care of their needs, and right now they might be in surplus mode. Here's a look at what the Alabama offensive line could look like. All right. And look, I'm always receptive towards your feedback. And if you disagree with me and I disagree with you, remember, I promise you that I would be friends with you. And Keelan Russell, you're absolute. I love you, dog. But I did not wake up on the wrong side of the bed. I woke up on the right side of the bed. I prayed this morning, okay? I went and worked out with men who are gracious, who are patient. I already put in an hour. Do you want to see my watch? How many calories I already put in? Let's see. See if I can show you guys. Every day I'm at 4. Okay, look. See if you guys can see this. Did I wake up on the wrong side of the bed? Look at that. Did you see that? 676 calories that I've already burned. And I already made my kid breakfast, right? No, I didn't wake up on the wrong side of the bed. I wake up in reality. And I'm not mad at you at all. I wake up in reality. I wake up with a like understanding that getting a commitment in the morning is good. Right? But I think I might have to like somewhat like wake you up sometimes and kind of adjust the mindset, right? And I think, look, this is an interesting point. XR brings this up, and I think there's a lot of truth to this. Okay, and I think what's happening right now in college football, the game is completely changed. Like, you know, what was terrifying last night was seeing Elijah Haven, the number one quarterback that everybody wants on here, right? He's like, he's predicted to Alabama. You're going to pay him like $5 million? The game has changed. It's about developing now the guys that are coming in, right? And going out, filling your needs from the transfer portal. But you know what, fam? The biggest thing that nobody's talking about, the biggest thing that people aren't talking about, and if you're just joining us, Ethan Field has committed. Now I'm kind of on the soapbox talking people off the ledge because everybody has jumped off the ship. I'm like, I'm so disappointed, man. But you know what costs? And I'm going to come back to this graphic in a minute because I want to talk to you guys about the Alabama offensive line. But what I want to talk to you guys about is the defense, okay? And I need to adjust all the graphics, so I got to go shower and then come up and take care of all this because I'm going to be live at 12 again. But look at the retention. How come nobody talks about retention? How come nobody's happy about the guys coming back on the defensive secondary? Why aren't you happy about Yanzi Pierre? Why don't we have a parade for him, right? And somebody corrected me, right? Xavier Brown is probably the best defensive player coming back, him or Mustard, but I also got Yanzi Pierre up there as well, right? Amazing retention, 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 right? Need. Hopefully he improves or we get Terrence Green over here. You see what I'm saying? Because like RJ saying inside the comment box, you get Terrence Green, then you put Terrence Green right here, and you're absolutely cooking, right? So a lot to go over. I mean, our transfer portal board could look like that. Nico Brown, by the way, is in town today. He is a wide receiver. So when I come back on 12, at 12, I'll kind of adjust and make sure that these graphics are tightened up. Terrence Green, I know you guys want him. He is a defensive tackle out of Oregon, 6'6", 330 pounds, that hopefully we can get on board as well, right? This would be stellar. I mean, if you're able to get him following what has happened, and Alabama seems like they're kind of on a heater right now, absolutely. Like, this would be a major home run, right? That's like a grand slam. Here's the first 12, and now we're already up to 15, right? Yes, and Aunt Dodd, that is the Yale wide receiver, yes. All right, so let me ask you about this offensive line, what it could be. And I get it. Look, I even have to put a transfer tag real quick on Ethan Fields, who just committed. Okay, if you're just popping in, you're like, damn, why is Kyle so mad? Like, what's happening? I'm really not mad. I swear, I promise you. Like, I'm actually in a really good mood. But I don't, like, I think what bothers me is, like I said earlier, is just like a spoiled, ungrateful mindset. And I get it. But what I'm real about is people having expectations of winning a championship. And 2020 is a long time ago. I know we can all pretend in our mind that 2020 is like just a couple years ago. It's not, right? So that's what a lot of people who are frustrated are just pissed off because we can get all the linemen that they want, but until we commit to the run game and until we send more pass rush, those type of people who are pissed off, they're going to remain pissed off, and they have every right to be pissed off until they see a commitment to running the ball, right? Don't you find it interesting that the Seahawks got rid of Ryan Grubb and now they won the NFC? Is that some sort of coincidence? Did they just flip a coin? No, it's called committing to running the ball. Indiana does it. Miami does it. The Seahawks do it. Hey, Tori, what's up? Not really. I don't think that HaHa's brother has scheduled a visit, but that could change at any point in time because HaHa's brother is the player of development over here. So, and a lot of people have been asking for Jeremy Pruitt, Bo Davis, but I think a lot of people have forgot that it was HaHa who spoke up amongst everybody. So maybe you already have a dog mentality mindset within the staff. Maybe it's a young guy that came up. Maybe it's HaHa. Maybe because he was protecting the program. And I don't know anything about Arian Cater out from Tennessee. All right. Maybe you already got haha. It seems to me like haha don't, he's speaking. So real quick, looking at this Alabama offensive line on a scale of kind of like 1 to 10, what would you think? How you feel about it? And again, this is practice today. How would you guys feel if we went out there with practice today? With Ty Haywood, Ethan Fields, Doug Gotti, and Nick Brooks. They completely did a overhaul, right? A complete overhaul. And look, he didn't play a lot. He played like 200 snaps. He didn't play a lot. And I get it. You're like, well, all these are they had to do a complete overhaul. And is this like the official Alabama like roster? No. It's a guy that is put together graphics for you to look at. You can definitely come on and be like, yo, Kyle, can you put this lineup? I think this lineup would make good sense. I'll do it. Right? And that's it. So where we stand right now, this is where we're at. Alabama took, and let me ask you something. Did Alabama take steps forward in recruiting the transfer portal within the last, I don't know. Let's just start with this. Keep it easy. Did Alabama make upgrades in the offensive line? Yes or no? Please sound off inside the comment box. And I know there was a couple super chats that flew through. Please don't hold it against me. I had to speak my mind on a couple things because it's like I feel like responsible for like turning some heads. Right? We gotta be positive, man. And look, I live in reality. I completely understand that losing 8 games in 2 years, it's not it. That's not ideal. It's disgusting how they lost against Indiana. Where were the problems? Offensive line, right? Schematics coaching, not committing to the run, right? Having running backs that weren't overly dynamic. There's a lot of issues. What's up, Major? I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you so much. We also got the Squirrel Monkey. What's up, man? I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And then Chris says, people don't realize that Bama isn't playing smart with their money. We don't need any superstars. I like that comment as well, man. Thank you so much. And then Patriot Life. What's up, Patriot Life? Good to see you, brother. Let's see if we can get his comment on the screen. Patriot Life says, say it louder for the ones in the back, brother. Thanks for the reality check. Life is good. Yeah, life is good. 100%. Whew. All right. So that's kind of where we stand today with another commitment that is just joined the Alabama Crimson Tide. That is Ethan Fields, 6'3", 320 pounds. And I said, okay, I would stay close to your phone because I don't think they're done. I think that this heater, because what happens? Positive attracts positives. You start to see like, oh, man, you got something cooking over here, okay? And Big Chris, if you're just joining us, bro, Ethan Fields is the new commitment out of Ole Miss. Played in less than 75 snaps, 6'3", 320 pounds. We have him at guard. Tennessee also wanted him. They hosted him this weekend, and he pulls the trigger today. We are watching Nico Brown, the wide receiver. We are watching big Terrence Green. Yo, that guy, Terrence Green is like somebody who changes the rotation of the earth, okay? And there's another prospect from Missouri State on campus as well. I'm about to butcher his name real quick. Emike Nabugwo, all right? 6'3", 305-pound guard. So when you come back at 12, I'm going to have the graphics ready to go. We'll go everything. I'll ask you some back and forth. We'll watch the Alabama basketball game together. I'll take some calls, and we'll have a beautiful day, okay? So, look, did you hear what I just said? We're going to have a beautiful day. Tell yourself that, okay? As you leave this show, be like, we're going to have a beautiful day. We're going to have a beautiful day, all right? And see how you feel, all right? And if you find yourself still in a negative space, go outside and walk 15 minutes and then see how you feel, all right? All right, fam. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. I will catch you guys as news happens, all right? And, yeah, hope you guys like the show. If I have to life coach, that's fine. I'm good for it. But right now, I need to get ready for my 12 o'clock show. So, breaking news, Ethan Fields in. You guys have a good rest of your start. I want to see a mind shift for that 12 o'clock show. I want to take your calls and celebrate Alabama football, what we got cooking in the transfer portal, kind of make sense of it all, look at it as a glance, and, we'll kick it out, all right? So, there we stand, all right? Heart to heart, hand in hand. Coming to you from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama on this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Saturday, January 17th. Kyle Henderson, Bama football on YouTube. See you, fam.